Good morning, everybody. It's your girl Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is July the 15th, 2023, and today the topic is Oh Foolish Fill in the Blank. Oh Foolish Fill in the Blank. Happy Saturday, y'all. Happy Saturday. I know that the elephant in the room is your girl. Hair looking like something. Oh, yes. Y'all, I went on and got my hair done yesterday for the festivities tomorrow. I told y'all we'll be celebrating my parents' anniversary tomorrow, y'all. 30 years. 30 years. And I decided to go ahead and show y'all my hair. I had it wrapped up. But I decided to go ahead and show y'all because my mom tunes into the juice and she called me out the last time. I got my hair done. She was like, I was looking forward to seeing your hair. And I had it wrapped up. So here it is. You get a little foreshadowing on my look for tomorrow. So Mom, I hope you like it. I know you as the bride, you didn't give me no direction. So I just did my own thing. I hope you like it. I got a little up down for you, Mama. My first time actually getting my hair like this. We can talk about my hair after though, y'all. But anywho, because there is some stuff I wanted to tell y'all about my experience at the salon yesterday. Not that it was bad or anything, just a little something to talk about. But anywho, let's get into this conversation, y'all. Oh, foolish fill in the blank. Well, what was the inspiration? So I would say that the inspiration today came partially from the time that I woke back up. Um, I did wake up last night, 9 or 10-ish, because I got me a little midday nap or sleep, however you want to look at it. I actually did a lot of the things I set out to do yesterday. I did do one of my interviews. The other one still got pushed back. I don't know what it is about this particular guest, but it's like it's always something coming up with a particular guest or whatever. So hopefully we'll get that interview done at some point. But obviously my other task that I had to do, get my hair done and doing the first interview, that got done. So to God be the glory for that. Actually, it was an awesome conversation as well that I think you all might enjoy. So yeah, that's that. Also, yesterday was Friday, so I want to thank those of you all that listened and watched the talk show that came out last night with Miss Talicia and everything like that. You guys can, learn more about her and her endeavors if you guys check out that episode. If you missed it, it's featured at godsexandlove.com, so you guys can, tune in and hear from the Queen of Laughs. Okay. But yeah, basically, I did go back to sleep after I woke up last night, and I heard my alarm go off at 4. I think I snoozed 4 to 4:30, and then ended up getting up until 5:21. And when I looked up 5:21 in the Strong's Concordance, one of the words with the Greek definition came up with stupid and unlearned, and I said, "Oh Lord." And ultimately it reminded me of the phrase, "Oh, foolish Galatians." Seeing that this morning. And so that's where the inspiration came from. By the time I did the prayer meditation and all of that and went through my process, I came back to "Oh, foolish Galatians." And as I started to look up that, it pretty much felt like we were continuing the conversation from yesterday, y'all. This idea of thinking that we can live in sin, this idea of thinking that we can, forgetting that we need to be born again and become new and everything like that. I feel like this conversation is continuing that one. So let's get into it. So Galatians 3:1 says, "Oh, foolish Galatians, who has bewitched you? It was before your eyes that Jesus Christ was publicly portrayed as crucified." Yeah, it said it was before their eyes. And I mean, obviously you guys can go deeper and check out Galatians 3, 1 through 5, 1 through 35 and everything like that. But yeah, y'all, it's just like us today. Like now they were eyewitnesses to what happened to Christ. So it is a little bit different, right, than us. But even on the flip side, we can see again God working in our life. We can see, him taking care of us through danger seen and unseen. We can see things happening in our life, but then we still choose to ignore God. We still choose to deny Christ. We still choose to, quote unquote, go our own way, even with all the evidence, right? So that's the interesting thing about people always coming up with these ideas or excuses or these reasons. It's like, well, why don't God just crack the sky now then? Or why don't God just do this? Or why don't God just do that? If he did this or that, then I would believe, right? But I mean, we say that, but that's really not true. Because I mean, based on what is, the biblical accounts and just throughout history or whatever the case is, Christ was here walking on earth and people still didn't believe. So, I mean, there you go. Like, I mean, even if you had all the, examples or the reasons or whatever the case is, at the end of the day, it's your heart. Like, it's what you are willing to receive and then give up, right? And believe and everything like that. So let me share some more Bible with y'all. Galatians 3:10. It says, for all who rely on works of the law are under a curse, for it is written, cursed be everyone who does not abide by all things written in the book of the law and do them. That's why we need Jesus at the end of the day, y'all. None of us fulfilled it. None of us can fulfill it. I mean, we try. We say we're good people, right? And then there's those of us that are trying to, do all the things and say, well, I live by the law X, Y, and Z. I do everything the Bible said. Da 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 da. But on the flip side, I mean, if you fail at one, that means you failed at all, according to the Bible, right? And so that's why Jesus came, right? That's why God came in the flesh for us and became the ultimate sacrifice for us, because none of us could measure up. Our righteousness is filthy rags according to the Bible, y'all. Like, and that's the thing. It's like I said, y'all know that I've struggled with this whole thing about, my works versus my faith. You know what I'm saying? Like, when is it time for me to just rest and have faith, or when is it time for me to put in some work? You know what I mean? Like, I think we all were those that are, open to actively trying and doing and things like that, then, we might struggle with that, right? But I feel like as long as we understand that at the end of the day, nothing that I can do makes me good enough, right? Like, nothing that I do, the only thing that I can think of that you could really do if you're just somebody that has to do something, right? You could choose, right, to believe in Christ and what he did. Make that active choice every day. Like maybe challenge yourself to do that. That's the bare minimum. But I mean, still, if you're just somebody that feel like you got to do something, right, to X, Y, and Z, then do that. And then the rest will follow, right? Yes, it's important to do works, right? Yes, it's important to use your gifting and make disciples and do whatever it is that the Lord has put you here to do, right? I'm not saying don't do nothing, right? Because that's the other problem with hearing, I guess, the realities of the message, and you feel like, oh, well, I don't have to do anything. Or you start asking questions like I came across that gotquestions.org today. You start asking these type of questions that in my heart and mind are kind of silly. But on the flip side, I mean, they're real questions, I'm sure, that people have and people wonder, because it's like, well, if my sins are forgiven, then that means I can keep going and I can keep doing sin, and because they forgiven, right? No, not necessarily. Like, yes, you're forgiven, right, and everything like that. But as a new creation, you wouldn't continue to live in sin. Like, we should be able to understand that. But at the same time, I mean, I get it. We try to find the loopholes. We try to be like, well, then, so I guess I could continue because my sins are forgiven. And so here are some of the questions. I only read one of the articles, but you guys can go deeper if that's you today, right? If you got those type of questions. One of them says, again, this is at gotquestions.org. Is eternal security a license to sin? And then there's another article. This is the one I didn't read, but if you got to read it, by all means, please go deeper, friends. It says, if I am saved and all of my sins are forgiven, why not continue to sin? Now I think that's a little bit silly, not no shade or whatever, no judgment or whatever to whoever's listening to the sound of my voice. If you really feel like you want to know the answer to that question or anything, I'm just saying I think it's kind of a silly question to ask, in regards to, if you're a believer, right, and you proclaim to be a believer, then to me that question is a little silly in regards to saying like, oh well, so I can still sin then. Like, the answer is no, short answer. But I mean, hey, you got to go deeper and get more understanding. By all means, seek the Lord for the wisdom. And obviously, the Lord has allowed people to create these platforms and answer these questions and things of that nature. By all means, go peruse them and let them marinate on your heart, souls, and minds, so that we can get an understanding, right? And all you'll get an understanding, right? And so that's that. I mean, you guys can go deeper with all that, but I got another verse, y'all. It's Galatians 5:13. It says, "For you were called to freedom, brothers. Only do not use your freedom as an opportunity for the flesh, but through him serve one another." You guys can go confirm whether that's him or not. Because again, that's how I write, so my apologies. But go confirm that. But yeah, ultimately, it's saying to us, do not use your freedom as an opportunity for the flesh. At the end of the day, I mean, yeah, we've all sinned and fallen short, and none of us is perfect. X, Y, and Z. Yes, that is absolutely true, right? But on the flip side, we should be striving. We should be trying our best. We should be doing our best to do the will of God. Like, and doing the will of God doesn't include you living in sin. Like, there's verses that talk about, you know what? I think it's the next verse I got here. 1 John 3:6. It says, "No one who abides in him keeps on sinning. No one who keeps on sinning has either seen him or known him." That might be Pope today, y'all. Y'all might not want to hear that. It might be bitter juice this morning. But I mean, that's ultimately the juice, man. I mean, all of us are going to be convicted by these words here. Like, I mean, this is what I mean, I really don't have anything else to say, really. It's yeah, like they say, it is what it is. Like, you can't live in sin and then proclaim to be a believer. Now, like, you can do it, but that doesn't make that statement true. Like, speaking of that, I came across a quote this morning and I shared it on our Facebook and whatnot, and it was talking about that basically, if you have an idea that contradicts God's idea, then your idea is the one that's the lie. Like, I mean, that's hard, right, to swallow. That's a hard pill to swallow, or whatever the case is, because you want to feel like I got my own thoughts, my own mind, da. But again, if you're gonna be a believer, then these are the things that we have to take account for and be aware of and stuff like that as we walk this out. So ultimately, this is the juice this morning. I hope that you all are encouraged and inspired by it. I mean, if you're not, hey, I hope that you're encouraged and inspired to go deeper and get an understanding. Like, maybe none of this stuff I said makes sense today, right? So by all means, go deeper. Check out the verses that I just read. Check out the, resources and whatnot that are available. That's the juice. Now, the Bible verse of today is Proverbs 18:10. It says, "The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous runneth into it and is safe." Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all on Monday, if the Lord's will. Y'all have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to y'all then. Bye-bye. All right, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, anybody listening to the sound of my voice, I hope that you all are encouraged and inspired. Like I said, that is the juice this morning. So as of yesterday, those that are curious about my salon experience or whatever, because I told y'all I was going to tell y'all about it. So I just find it to be very interesting. like, first of all, y'all know that I'm going to a new place these days and whatnot, and y'all should know about what had happened and stuff that I went through months ago, or whatever. If y'all don't remember, go look at previous juices. But anywho, so I went to the salon that I've been going to lately, and it was some different stylists because it's like one of those places where you can book your appointment ahead of time, and then you can be like whoever's available and stuff like that, right? And so I did that or whatever. And so the stylist that I was with this time was, nice. I feel like the experience was the same as my first time because it was like, even though it was two different stylists, but I felt like they were very gentle with my hair. I felt like they listened to what I wanted in regards to my style. I felt like they did everything in a timely manner. So overall, it was a good experience. The only other thing that I wanted to tell y'all, it just was very interesting. I mean, I think it's just about being in salons or whatever, people talk and stuff like that. Now, obviously, I talked to my stylist a little bit, but, she was more so talking to like one of her coworkers and whatnot. And it's just interesting when people are having conversations. So on one hand, it's like they're having conversations with us as clients sitting in their chairs that you're like, not that they were talking about something super bad or anything, but for example, like they were talking about, like one of them, I guess, was talking about hitting a certain goal with selling product or whatever. And it's like, okay, so I noticed last time, and even when I did I think even when I did my consultation with them, I guess each time, I guess I just need to be aware that they're probably going to try to sell me on their hair products and stuff. And they were kind of talking about it, and one girl was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna hit my goal." Da, 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 da. Now, just was like, why would you talk about that when you got two clients in your chair? So now we know that you just trying to hit a quota. You know what I'm saying? Like, just stuff like that was kind of like interesting. Or I wasn't offended or whatever by the conversations that I'm just saying I noticed as a client. To me, it's just like certain stuff. Why do we talk about it? Why do we do that? I know that was like a little bit of a political conversation. Again, I wasn't offended by what the individual was saying, but at the same time, it's like somebody could be, because maybe somebody could have, maybe voted differently or look at things differently, or whatever the case is. I just think like certain stuff, I don't know, or maybe I don't know if I'm being convicted or whatever, because even on my way to the place yesterday, I watched a few more videos of I don't remember his name again, but I told y'all about him yesterday. And he was talking to the guy that was talking to the guy named Pierre, that he had spoke over his life. Well, I had watched a few more of his videos and stuff. And they go to the mall and do like outreach or just talking to people, or went to the college and talk to people and things like that. And I mean, I guess I haven't gotten to that level of ministry yet. Like I do that here, in regards to I'm talking to whoever's listening, right? And everybody, whoever wants to click on this will receive whatever I'm saying or whatever. But I haven't, I guess, gotten into doing things like that in person. So I commend those that are doing it. You know what I mean? Like street preaching or street ministry or anything like that. I think that's good. I don't know if that's something the Lord wants me to do or not at the moment, but I mean, hey, if so, then I just pray again that continue, he continues to work with me to be able to do things like that. But yeah, I mean, it's just very interesting. It's very interesting. The things that people talk about, and especially in places of business and stuff. Because then even am I doing it now? I don't know, but I'm not going to get too deep into like other stuff they were talking about. But I know they were kind of talking about another client and like some things that client was going through, and I'm like, so I know not to get too deep in here about my personal business. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, because y'all, I mean, look, hey, but I guess that's the salon. That's the salon vibes or whatever. I guess that's what it's like. But I don't know, just something to think about. If you own a business or if you do that, like, just be mindful about the stuff you're talking about around your client. Because I mean, your clients are still there and having ears. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like we had earphones on and wasn't listening to them talk. So I don't know, it's just interesting. But outside of that, I mean, like I said, my experience was good. I like my hair. Do y'all like my hair? Mama, if you watching, you can let me know. I mean, I'll see you tomorrow, but if you want to comment below on, the do, then by all means. I feel like, if I'm honest, can I be honest with y'all? I feel like she might have did it a little sideways. But hey, I was actually now I consider this to be a simple style, but apparently it's not. They considered it to be an updo. So the fees were accordingly to it being an updo. And also this is my hair as well. Like they have these what's it called? These lock pedal ponytail things that I was thinking about having them. I was thinking about buying one of those and letting them put that on the top to keep it again as like a simple style or whatever. Because like I said, my hair is just, down in the back and then up at the top. But the girl was like, when I told her about it, she's like, you got enough hair to do it, to do it. You don't need to, which is cool. Cause again, she could have sold, she could have been trying to just make money and be like, okay, girl, and pay whatever it is for a lock pedal. But she just did it with my own hair. So that's cool. Like I said, I feel like it's a little bit lopsided, but hopefully by tomorrow I'll finagle it and stuff like that. But I am pleased. This is the style that I came in wanting, and I got it. So God be the glory, man. Listen, and every time I go to a salon, man, I'm sure I'm sure they're giving me the best advice. I'm sure they're not just trying to sell me on their service. But I noticed that I keep getting the whole "you need to be coming regularly" conversation. So we gonna pray about that, and we gonna see what the Lord do. Because I tend to only go, not to say when I need to, but kind of. I do intend to go next month because y'all know next month is my birthday, so I'm on a different style for my birthday. So I do intend to go. She was saying that I need to at least be going twice a month. I mean, every 2 months. So that would be like 6 times a month. And I think like over the past couple of years, I've only gone like maybe twice a month to get my hair done. I mean, twice a year. And so I think that would be 6 times a year for me to go 2 times a month or every 2 months. So if the Lord wants me to go every 2 months, since I keep getting this, since this keeps being the advice every time I go, that I need to be going more regularly, then Lord, I'm sure you're going to provide for me to be able to go every 2 months. But until then, I feel confident that y'all can, these stylists or whatever the case is can get it done, because they've been able to do, even with me going just twice a year, my hair, it I don't think it looks bad, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think, and I think they've been able to style it and get it back to where it needs to be whenever I do go. So we're going to seek the Lord about that, you know what I'm saying? The going every 2 months thing. I get what they're saying in regards to, like, I guess my hair being a certain, the more I go, the better, I guess it'll be cultivated, you know what I mean? And things like that. And obviously I was going regularly in the beginning and then, and stuff like that. But it was different then because my husband was, that was his gift to me for a while. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him. But now, we'll see. We'll see what the Lord do. Maybe I'll start going every 2 months. Maybe I'll, go when I can or when I want to. And y'all just get me right when I go. We're gonna see though. We're gonna see, y'all. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say, y'all, about my salon experience yesterday. And like I said, overall, still a great place. Still intend to go there, and we'll see what the Lord do about everything else. Looking forward to again celebrating my parents tomorrow. 30 years, y'all. That's a blessing to be married for 30 years, and they're saying that we still do, so that is a blessing. And yeah, looking forward to celebrating that tomorrow. Looking forward to chilling today because y'all know I done had a busy week. And so I think I'm going to just be in chill mode, maybe mommy mode, be like, have some good time with NJ. I think my husband has something to do today. But if not, then I don't know if we're going to call it a movie day or something. We see what the Lord do. But, or maybe me and NJ just have one, or maybe we'll do some other like little activity. I want to start doing more activities and stuff with him. Here's another thing. This ain't really got nothing to do with nothing, but it kind of do because the stylist was talking. Well, she asked me about it yesterday because we did talk about me being married and having a son and whatnot. And she's just like, "Oh well, when does your son start school?" And da 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 da. And, I let her know, but I didn't let y'all know that we still figuring that part out. But he, his birthday is in October, so that's a whole thing, But then, and I noticed like this keeps being said. It keeps talking up that people keep talking about the break of like sending your child off to school and the break you have for that. And I'm not thinking about that. Like, I don't know if I'm the only one, but I'm not thinking about like taking a break from NJ. Like, when I think about taking a break from NJ, that's like closing the door. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, or again, the grandparents in his life, they all, desire to spend time with him and X, Y, and Z. My mother-in-law, she'll coordinate the times about when she wants to get him. My family, we need to work on that, but if they let me know it is, whenever they want to have them X, Y, and Z, that could be coordinated as well. Same with my grandmother-in-law as well. So they all have the desire for to spend time with them and stuff. And so, those times when I would say, like, for example, I would like for my husband and I to do some more activities together where we're like having a date night or, anniversary or something like that. And so hopefully and prayerfully in those times, by all means, we can send him those places, right? And stuff like that, so they can get their time and we can get our time and things like that, right? But outside of that, like, I don't think about sending the child to school for a break. Like, I noticed that keeps being a thing being said to me. Like, oh, well, because you'll get a break. I get breaks here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I get that. Like, maybe parents, maybe, for example, a single parent, or maybe something like that. Maybe if you feel like you don't get a break, sending the child off to school or whatever gives you that. And no shade, nothing against you, right? If that's the case, and stuff like that. I'm just saying, I guess I'm just not in that mindset. I'm not in that I'm more concerned about like what he's going to learn and things like that. Like, I'm not concerned about getting a break because I think I'm able to get breaks, with him here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been started to be intentional. I think that's why the Lord allowed me to start the whole unwind self-care movement or whatever, because I saw the importance of me getting, having to have some time for myself, right, and stuff. And so that's again where the hair comes in. That's where I take time to do my own nails, things like that. I take, every now and then, I do have to lock the door. I've been honest about that. I do have to either lock myself away or I'll go and take a nice bath or a light shower or something. Do something for self-care, sure. But I'm not just sending him off places for a break. Like, that's me. That's me. But anyway, that's just something else I noticed. That it, like I said, it's just been said to me multiple times or whatever. And I'm just like, I get it, but that's not where my mindset is. Like I said, I'm more concerned about like him starting school and what is he going to learn and what are they going to be teaching him and the experiences he's going to have with all of that. That's more of a concern to me than just sending him off somewhere. But we don't see what the Lord do. Obviously I know we were getting near that time and stuff like that. And so, we don't see what the Lord do about all of that. But thus far, man, so far so good with everything in life, and I can't complain, and I'm thankful. And but all right, I don't ramble enough, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to y'all tomorrow. I mean, no, sorry. I look forward to talking to y'all on Monday, if the Lord's will. Bye.